Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Cinema Scumbags Movie Podcast, episode 175. My name's Seth.
My name is Nick.
Long time no talk, friend and
Well, kind
listeners.
of.
It's been a while since we've posted an episode. We actually did an episode a couple weeks ago, but didn't meet quality control standards. So
Yeah, we do have people working under us that go through, listen to the episodes, edit them together, and tell us what they think. And they just did
because
not come back with a good report.
we hold ourselves in such high regards to the content that we put out. So
We would never put out anything that is subpar.
we'll never put anything half-assed or not entertaining. So only the best.
Wow. So this whole chat is not entertaining.
It's something. I don't know.
What you drinking there?
Bones coffee, black, because that's how I drink my coffee now, because I've been
All right.
losing weight.
White.
Peanut butter and jelly
What? Creamer?
flavored coffee.
How is it?
If I didn't know what it was, I could taste the jelly, the grape. Peanut
Yeah.
butter, I'm not getting a whole lot, but it is good. I do like Bones coffee. Highly recommend them. A lot of interesting flavors.
Is that like one you buy online?
Yeah, you can get them on Amazon or they got their own website. Yeah, they're kind of expensive. Like I usually wait till sales roll around. Normally like a pound bag is like 18 bucks, which is way too much. But Black Friday, they were down to like 11, 12.
Oh yeah, that's
That's the sweet spot.
easy peasy. Do that.
Yeah. So,
Starbucks,
uh,
Starbucks grind
peppermint mochi.
coffee. Not today. Vanilla cinnamon.
What's that mug?
It's a Christmas mug. It says
Nice.
like, oh, what fun.
I was at I'm not using it now, but I was at Goodwill the other day. I found two, and I'm not even a big fan of the movie or the book, but there were two limited edition Polar Express coffee mugs. And they were 80 cents a piece, so I bought them. They're in the dishwasher now,
Cool,
though.
cool.
Welcome to
Just love getting.
Thrifting Scumbags.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not huge on the movie either. I just watched that maybe last week, and there's like parts that are really good. I like the end. I think it's very heartfelt, but all
Yeah.
the filler stuff is
You know,
it's like a
I
movie that didn't need to be one.
yeah, I never got into that. I think I tried watching it once. mm,
Jesus.
peanut butter jelly.
Robert Zemeckis is coming for your soul.
Oh God. So since we last
Oh,
convened,
yeah.
we
Trey
had
Turner signed. Taiwan Walker signed.
um Aaron Judge signed. That's the really the
Yeah.
only one that matters.
Not with the
Um,
Giants.
not with the Giants. We were last with you for the Halloween episode. So did you have a good Thanksgiving?
I did, yes. Spent it with Taylor's family.
Tucson?
And yes, yes, had a good time.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
that's excellent. Any
And
Black Friday deals or did you go out
ooh,
shopping?
you bet your sweet asshole I got some some deals. Couple criterions, which I probably showed off. I got like Jackass Forever. I got
Nice.
Everything Everywhere All at Once 4K, which whatever.
Might as
It's a
well
pretty solid movie, but we're not
just
gonna go
walk to your
down that.
bathroom, open up the toilet, open up your wallet, throw your cash right in the shitter and flush because that's what you're doing
There
with that movie.
there are way worse things I've bought on Blu-ray.
Oh, that's good.
um, yeah, but I've picked up a few things over the past, I guess, couple months since we
Yeah.
last month and a half since we last talked.
There were some
I
good
got
deals on
that
Black Friday.
I got that Clerks III steelbook.
Ooh. Now tell me, for a standard release at a big retailer, that isn't a fucking good Blu-ray.
You mean it's a good 4K?
Well, I mean, a good packaging,
Oh yeah.
like good amount of shit
It's
on the
like
disc. Have you seen what's
it's
on the
like a
disc?
yeah, it's like a Mondo.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, one of those boutique, like there should be a kimchi card attached to the back of it.
Yeah, like it looks looks legit. It looks like a boutique
I have the
company put it
slightest
out. I don't
hairline
know.
crack though in that slipcover. like, like,
Enough to bother you.
uh, like so slight. It's pretty cheap, but I don't think it's enough where I'm gonna have to get a
Oh,
exchange.
mine looks okay.
That's
Mine
good.
looks
I'm
okay.
happy for you. But man, I loved that 4K. It's got the nice intro about physical media from Kevin.
Yeah,
That
love
was
that.
awesome for
Love
like
that.
you can't even skip it. It comes right into it's the
Yeah,
first thing that pops up.
there's no trailers. It's just him talking about physical media. Go buy physical media. I love that.
Yep,
Problem is that people that buy this are the ones that already buy physical media,
that's true.
unless it's
I've
on the digital format.
we will let's get into clerks a little bit later. We'll touch on that. Um I did what was I gonna say? Probably nothing of value. Anyways, picked up some random stuff. I went to watch my Citizen Kane 4K that I bought like
Yeah.
in June. Yes, I got the first print of it because the fucking disc doesn't work. So
I don't even think that it doesn't work. It just wasn't HDR'd
it
correctly.
didn't work in my fucking PlayStation.
Weird.
Yeah,
So
so
did
that
you
sucks. I'm gonna
contact
have to.
them?
Well, they still got that replacement thing out there where you can just break the disc and get a new one. But
Yeah, I did that, and honestly, I didn't really notice much of a difference, so I don't know what the big deal was.
I don't think most people would. That's like for those
Yeah.
guys that fucking you know get real upset about that shit.
And I don't even think that the difference between the Blu-ray and the 4K on that one is all that big either.
Yeah,
Of all the ones that I have, that may be one of the slightest
yeah. I mean, I think there's a
upgrades.
certain point where it's like, how much better can you make these films look?
Yeah. I mean, I love the packaging and I love that it's on the format,
It is nice. It is
but
nice.
it was one that didn't blow me away when I watched it.
Nope, nope. Only a certain handful of 4Ks have even done that to me where I'm like, wow, that's pretty
I
impressive.
mean, even the Clerks 3 one looked good. Like you could
It,
tell that one
it,
was cleaner.
it did look really good, really good. Ad Astra is like one that I always think about in
Ooh.
terms of like how good a 4K could look. Whew.
One of them I always think of weirdly, Lone Survivor looks really clean on
I
4K.
don't have that, but I could imagine that looks
Yeah,
sweet.
that one I haven't watched it in a while, but obviously it's stuck with me that that one is just clean.
Yeah. Speaking of clerks, I got my digital copy here. Need to add it to the list of things for Nick to sell for me. But
I gotcha.
you know what I was thinking the other day?
Hmm.
I've kind of got into this habit of even if I have the Blu-ray right behind me, sometimes I'll just pull up a streaming thing.
I've I've done that too.
It's I hate to say it, but sometimes it's just a little bit easier.
I've done it too, but typically that's when I'm watching with someone else, like
Yes.
T or friends or
Yeah,
whatever. I'll do it that way. But if it's me, I'm
right.
putting in the Blu-ray.
I don't do it all the time, but like, the other night I'm like, okay, scrolling through HBO, it was late. Oh, Harold and Kumar. Well, I got the Blu-ray right behind me, but does it really matter? Fuck it. Just press play.
Yeah, like when we were down in Tucson, we watched like Elf, Christmas Vacation, Harold and Kumar, and like as much as I would have liked to have my Blu-rays, it's just like, okay, I'll hit the streaming
uh,
button.
I'll hit play, but for a split second, I thought maybe I should just redeem these codes, but no, I'd rather sell them. Who cares?
Yeah, I did the same thing. Thought
Yeah,
maybe I would have them, maybe in case I take a trip or something, but
I like to own my movies.
you can also just download them on the streaming services you use and watch them if you travel.
That is true. Well, I'm glad you had a good holiday season, or Thanksgiving at least, Black Friday. Any big Christmas plans?
Um, Not huge, but my brother is officially out of the military and he just got back Friday, so
Good for him. I know how much of a struggle that's been for him. So I
yeah.
he's a really good guy, and I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah, so that's good to have him here for the holidays and
Yeah.
yeah, nothing huge, probably just once again hanging out with my family, T's family, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a week off after Christmas, so
Oh man, that's nice.
yeah.
It's nice to
What
just
about
lay
you, bud?
around.
You doing
later.
anything special?
No, going to my grandma's house and then back home to sit in sadness.
I I don't think it's sadness. I think it's great.
It's not. I do get a little like, the other day I had a week off and I'm like, fuck, it's been like 3 days since I've done anything. I need to just go out and drive around or something. Like
I need to
force,
like
yeah.
walk up to a person and just speak to them. Do you want to come to my movie room?
God, fuck.
It's okay, buddy. If you ever have any thoughts, just let me know.
Thanks for checking in on me the other day, by the way. I appreciate that. That was really nice of you.
It was just weird. I
No,
don't typically go that long without
no, I
hearing
sat down to
from
do the
you.
episode, but I was even going to bring that up to you. I'm like, no, man, I won't even say anything. I don't want him to think I just wasted his time by making him record and then I'm not putting it up. But I
No,
did. I did. I mean, that episode is put together. I just thought it sucked.
just concerned for your well-being. That's all.
Thank you. So appreciate that. I'm doing all right now. I'm doing good. Doing all right.
Good. That's good. You want to talk
Ah,
about some trailers and stuff?
sure. Well, a couple news items. I don't know if they're any of
Ooh,
interest to you. Well,
probably
actually, I know
not.
one is because, and I think you're a pretty big fan of the film Election,
I really love Election.
and that's getting a sequel with
Very strange.
very strange of everything that could need that could use a sequel. Um, looks like we got
Reese
everyone back.
Witherspoon is coming back.
Yeah. Um,
Alexander Payne is coming back.
I've seen Election once. I thought it was really good, but I would never have thought it was something that needed a sequel. But that's interesting.
What's it called? Like
Tracy Flick.
Tracy Flick never wins or
Yeah,
something.
something. I think that's it.
I'm interested to see where they take that because the
You
whole
know,
concept is ridiculous. It's like a teacher that just can't stand a student and he
yeah.
sabotages her attempt to win class president.
We were just talking about it before we started recording, but sometimes these like legacy sequels, there's kind of this trend of like these movies getting sequels way later than they should, and like, yeah, and like they're kind of decent or even good.
Yeah. Even
So,
if they are manipulating nostalgia or
and
just
that's
making you feel a certain way, I whatever.
yeah. I mean, shit. I've like a few
Manipulate me all
years
you want, daddy.
Yeah, like a few years ago, if you told me they were making sequels to some of these things, you'd be like, God, just give it a rest. But now when I hear there's a sequel to something older, I'm like, okay, it's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
could
I
either be
well,
Train Spotting 2 or Dumb and Dumber 2.
oh God. Well, I remember when we first heard about this one, about Christmas Story. It's like, what? Why?
Yes.
Even though they said the cast was coming back, it's like this is not. It's
And
perfect. The movie's perfect.
the movie is perfect, and there was nothing about that movie until like a month before it came out. We finally saw a little
Yeah,
teaser of it. It seemed doomed just to be
really
terrible.
strange.
And I don't know, we might as well talk about it while we're kind of on the subject, but I watched it the day it came out. I liked it a lot.
Yeah,
Like, it was
weirdly.
surprising. And I've seen it again since, and I liked it even more.
Well, I started like the first 15 minutes just to get a taste of it, and I was like,
Yeah,
I kind of love this beginning,
it's
but in my head, I was like, it's gonna fall off.
yeah. There's something a little odd about like the timeline though, because like what's it supposed to be like? Like Ralphie is like 50 years old. He looks like
Something like that. Yeah,
so I you just gotta kind of ignore that shit. And I wasn't really a fan of the mom. I thought she did no justice to Melinda Dillon's role, but there was a
yeah,
lot of good shit in there.
yeah. I mean, the camaraderie between the three of the Flick, Schwartz, and
It's my favorite shit in that movie, the whole bar
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, it's
So
good.
good.
And then I don't know if it's a spoiler, but
We
just
don't too bad.
reconciliation between him and Scott Farkus.
It's good.
Yeah, where where he's I forget what he says, but he's basically they basically make up for
Yeah.
whatever happened long ago, and I
It,
don't
it
know, it's just a nice scene.
it was it was good. There's a lot of like things that reflect the first movie. Like that, if you're a big fan of the first movie, you'll notice things like, when Ralphie's trying to bribe the guy that he's doing his interview with at the beginning. It's like a reflection of when
Yeah.
he pushes the fruit basket to the teacher.
Yeah. Or well, when they put the fake teeth in and
Yeah.
she takes them all away and puts
Yeah.
them into the yeah, it's just like little things like that. Or
Yeah.
like the needle drop when he's driving up to the house for the first time and it's the music from the
Oh,
first one. It's
that
like
was
that's
that was so good of that sequel. There it is, the old house on Cleveland Street, and the music's playing. Oh,
yeah, it's like the slow song that plays when he's about to beat up Scott Farkus. It's
fuck,
just
dude. Good for
it's
them. They did a good job with that.
yeah, I agree. Now stop. Don't do it
Yeah.
again.
Yeah. Leave it alone. We don't need I don't need to see Ian Petrola in another movie ever again. That was enough.
Who would have thought little Randy would grow up to be a what is he, a
I
womanizer
don't
and
know what he is.
a billionaire or something?
Oh. And you know what I also really loved about that movie? The like daydreams that he
Yeah.
had.
Yeah.
Very in line with the first. He even does one of these. I'm
Yeah.
like, that's fucking great, man.
He does this shit where he just looks right at the camera too.
Yeah,
It's
it's
exactly the same.
you know, um, it's hard to do that, but it's hard to make a
Black
sequel like
Bart.
that. Really well done. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to
So,
watch it
anyways,
again now.
if you're an election fan, um, guess you got something to look forward to there.
Yeah, well, I guess while we're on the topic of sequels, why don't we talk about Clerks 3?
Let's talk about it, buddy, because a lot of times I get on Letterboxd and I take a look at the 11 people or whatever that I'm following, and it's usually just full of disappointment, full of full of stupid ratings and guys that I follow just
Dumb
because,
reviews.
yeah, just because I know if I unfollow them, they'll get all pissy. But when I
Well, there's
saw
only
you,
some.
when I saw you drop the 4 stars on Clerks 3, buddy, yeah, that really made my day. Loved it.
I it's just weird that there's such a high in one, such a low in two, and then a high again in three.
Can I just
Two is just the ugly stepchild of the whole Clerks
let
franchise.
me just say, and this might be a crazy statement, I don't know. It's not me trying to be outrageous. The original Clerks will always be Kevin's most beloved film, but I think the best thing he's ever done is Clerks 3. I think that's the best movie that he's ever made.
Yeah. Do you
Like,
think that part of that relies on the fact that it's basically Clerks? Do you know what I
yes.
mean? Like,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I like Clerks too. I know you don't, but I like that movie a lot. But that's easily the worst of the three, because
yeah,
it's,
yeah.
I like him being back in that store, and man, I don't know. That movie does something to me. I've seen it 3 times already. It's oof.
Well, I mean, even just beginning, like it's ballsy to begin the movie with a whole montage to welcome to the Black
I
Parade.
love that though, man. Like, god damn, when he
Yeah.
pulls up and that My Chemical Romance starts playing, I'm like, this is fucking great, man. What the
And he,
hell?
yeah, I mean, it's basically like a recreation of parts from Clerks where they're
Yeah,
playing hockey on the roof and almost telling you like everything that happened in Clerks, they're still doing now.
yeah. I don't know. It's a
There's some
reflection
really
of
good
Kevin's
musical
real.
choices.
Oh yeah, the music is really good. It's just a reflection of, we've made the jokes on this podcast before. Yeah, we get it, Kevin. You almost died from your heart attack. What I like about that movie, there's even a part where Randall or Dante's like, "Let me guess, you almost fucking died." I'm like they're almost making fun of that. So,
Yeah. But I mean,
um,
it's easy to just sit back and say, all right, we get it. But like, if you go through that, that's a life
oh
changing
yeah,
scenario.
yeah.
That's,
And I mean, I will say, like, Clerks 3, I don't think is as close to being as funny as the other two. Like, there's not a whole lot of really funny shit, but it's just a good movie.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's the same humor.
Yeah.
It's just not as much. Like, there's more heart to it than the others.
So now that you went back and
Literally.
watched it again, yeah, there's a lot of heart. Now that you went back and watched it again, what are your thoughts on the performances of Brian O'Halloran and Jeff Anderson. Still bad?
I think Jeff Anderson. I never thought he was as bad as Brian O'Halloran. I think Brian O'Halloran. Maybe it's like a stage performance thing he
He
has.
does. Yeah. And I think that's
He
where he started. Yeah.
yeah. So it makes sense, but he hasn't been able to differentiate between movie acting and
Right.
stage acting. Whereas I think Jeff Anderson really pulled off something pretty
Yeah.
good.
And I agree. And I think even for especially for Jeff Anderson, a guy who's not really an actor, who only really works every 10 years in a Kevin Smith
Yeah.
movie. Yeah, I mean, he does a pretty good job. So I I, I personally thought I've seen Brian O'Halloran be pretty shitty before. Clerks 2 definitely comes to mind, but I thought he was good at Clerks 3. Very
There's definitely parts where he's good, like when he goes to the grave. Any time where he's like has to feel something.
I'm just so fucking alone. I've
So
also never really
fucking
thought Rosario
alone.
Dawson was like a super hot chick either, but in Clerks 3
Really?
she looks pretty good. Yeah, she's never really done it for me, but I think
I've
she looks
always
pretty
thought
good.
she was.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've always thought she was very attractive.
she's one of those chicks everyone likes. I'm just like, but Clerks 3, okay.
I just think it's so crazy that it seems like he got mostly everybody that was in Clerks to come back.
Everybody.
Even the most minute characters.
Yeah, I
The
noticed.
chick that's sitting outside the video store.
Yeah, I've noticed that on my most recent watch, the third time. I'm like, I was even picking up on some people that it's so quick, so quick.
Even the little girl that puts a cigarette in her
Yeah,
mouth.
it's
And
fucking
she's
great,
older
dude.
now.
Oh man,
The guy
Kevin.
that's trying to pay when the cat is shitting on the
Yeah,
counter.
he honestly kind of looked the same.
He did. It was weird.
Just fucking funny, Walt Flanagan. You're highly offending me.
You're highly offending me.
Oh,
Uh
special movie though.
yeah.
I'm really happy with the way that turned out and exceeded my
Yeah.
expectations. Um,
I
to
I didn't
me,
dislike it the first time, but I think it's one that I'd probably go
yeah.
back and watch frequently.
You know how we always talk about that ending sequence in T2 Train Spotting? Like to me, like Clerks 3, that ending is I mean, it's very similar. When that
Yeah.
music starts playing, that ethereal music, and Dante starts watching the original Clerks. Oh my God. What the
It's
fuck, dude?
yeah, chills.
What the fuck? And I've analyzed this movie. There's a part, and we're heavily spoiling it here, so sorry. When he's in the theater watching the movie, and then Rosario Dawson shows up next to him. You can see it in the great acting of Brian O'Halloran's face.
See,
he
this is my face right now is his acting. It's not even just him. Everybody does this in his movies. It's over exaggerated. It's just like,
Anyways, though, there's a really subtle moment where you could tell he doesn't really know what's going on, and then he sees Rosario, and there's this look that comes over his face of like peace, and like he knows that, well, this is it, and you can see him realize he's at the end stage. He's ready to pass. It's
okay, that's
it's
good.
it's poetic.
That's good.
It's fucking poetic.
But
Great.
then they don't
Thank you,
even finish
Kevin.
the movie.
Yeah, that's true. He's like, let's get up and get out of here.
Let me die now.
Mm, man, Kevin, thank you so much. You'll never watch this, but I relate to those two characters maybe more so than anyone else, especially Randall. I always felt like I really
Yeah.
related to that character. So
I always like Kevin as a person. I just whatever my feelings are in his movies, I've always thought he was an interesting person. Seems like a good dude,
he is,
and
but
I'm glad that
let's be honest, he's at his best when he's with those
yeah,
characters, and it's
yeah.
not even close.
I think now he knows like
Yeah.
what he's good at.
But you know what's sad is that was such a ballsy, like, there's nothing else to do with the Dante character. That's it.
Yeah.
Unless we, have Randall having a flashback of him or imagining that he's there, but it'll never happen again.
What's the dude's character's name? The one that worked at movies with them, the one that like transforms throughout the
Oh, oh,
movie.
Elias.
Yeah, I think he's good
I
too.
think
Like,
he's good. Dude, what in the hospital when he pulls his pants down, he's talking about fucking Satan in front of everybody. That's great. I love
oh, what does he say? Something about Jesus, you smited him at my command.
it. He's like, I know. pray to Satan, and then it cuts to Dante. He's like, Satan, buddy. Well,
That's
fuck.
his fact.
I love that movie though. I don't know. It's I have a special bond with those characters and those
Yeah,
films.
yeah. Now Kevin can die into the into the sunset.
Now Kevin can lay back and watch the story of his own life.
Yeah, never make anything ever again that's not Clerks or Mallrats.
Yes. So Clerks 3, if you haven't seen it, Christmas Story Christmas, if you haven't seen it, a couple of them. I don't know if it's even you Power Rangers fan, that guy hung himself.
Oh, did he?
Were you ever into that? Or
No, but I
you
didn't
might have
know
been a
that's
little
what
too young.
happened.
Yeah,
I never got into Power Rangers, but I didn't know that's how it happened.
yeah, Jason David Frank, which I don't know, not really something to talk about. It's not a big portion of our show, but if you're a 90s kid like me, I grew up watching him. He was the coolest one. It's kind of crazy. Got into an argument with
Jesus.
his wife and went to the bathroom of his hotel room and fucking hung himself.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So that was kind of shocking. That poor guy was still milking his appearance on Power Rangers, though. He was still like in the new seasons. Like he was still
Well,
doing that shit.
I'm sure that's all he had.
Yeah. He was an MMA fighter for a little bit. So I don't know. That's sad. Anyone who does that
Jesus.
sporadic, like, it wasn't the fight with his wife that caused him to do that. That was obviously just the
Yeah.
tipping point.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Um, Mike Flanagan's rebooting The Dark Tower. I don't know if you heard that.
Yeah, that's like cool for T and her mom, but
Yeah, if you're into that, I know that movie came out like a couple years ago and it got shit
oh,
on. So
it's like a huge series though, which is weird that they did into like a hour and a half movie.
yeah, that just seemed
It's
like
like a whole series of books.
right. Yeah, that doesn't work then. And I
Yeah,
don't think anyone even bothered with that movie. So
I don't
I
think
don't know.
so.
Mike Flanagan doesn't
People,
do much for me, but
yeah, people love him now though.
and the big news of the bunch, Jackie Chan seems to confirm that Rush Hour 4 is in the works.
Is that true?
I don't know. I think he had an interview or he said something about it. So don't trust my sources. I'm really, digging deep for news here. So there
Wow,
we go.
cool.
Try to get back to an actual film podcast here with topics,
No, that's
folks.
no, that's good.
So
Just because we may not have interest doesn't mean that somebody listening doesn't.
that's true. Just because we don't care about Rush Hour doesn't mean some of you degenerates don't.
Yeah, I've seen the movies, and that's all I'll say.
I've seen the movies and then I moved on with life.
Yeah, I rushed out of there.
So, any trailers? There's been a few things that have come out. Anything you've seen? I got a couple here that I've Indiana Jones, The Dial of Destiny.
Let me tell you, I thought this trailer was awesome.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it
I
looked
didn't
really
think you were going to
good.
say that.
Yeah, I see Indiana Jones, Back to the Future, series like that. They're beloved and they're ones that I really like a lot, but I don't like they're not ones that I go back and watch all the time.
I'm with you.
Like I recognize that they're good, I enjoy them, but
I'm with you.
they're not the ones that I'm gonna go back and watch. Um, but I was pretty impressed with the trailer. I thought it looked pretty good. I thought Chris Pratt was supposed to come in and do something. Are they just like, is it just gonna be Harrison Ford?
I I don't know. Like I'm with you. I recognize the like how big of a impact Indiana Jones is. I've sat through all the movie. Like I've seen Temple of Doom probably like five times. All the others
Yeah.
I've seen like once. I
I couldn't
like
even
them.
tell you which one is which in order though.
Yeah, I mean, like I like them. I'm not a big fan. I watched this trailer. I went into it just as, like I said, somebody who doesn't really care about it. I thought it looked like a CGI suckfest. That's why I'm shocked. You think it looks good, but I mean, I'm
Yeah,
interested to Dial of
maybe
Destiny. That's like lame too. That doesn't even sound
yeah,
cool.
maybe I'm loosening on my this doesn't look very good. Maybe
It could
I'm
be.
just maybe it's that. I don't know. I just thought I thought it looked pretty good. I was shocked because I scrolled past the trailer several times and
Yeah,
eventually I just watched it. I was like, well, that's
I
pretty
just think
good.
like, okay, he's like 80 years old, or how I don't know how old he is, but And I know they're going to use a lot of technology, but like it's so fast moving that I can't even believe it. There's like, old Harrison Ford like whipping around on
Yeah,
horses. And I get it though. It's an entertaining action sort of movie. I mean,
yeah. And they're gonna go back in time, like you said, and
yeah.
that guy that does the impression of him is gonna be playing him again, like he did in
Oh,
Age of Adeline.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I saw that he was cast in it. So I don't know if they're just using him as like the
Yeah.
body and they're putting it on his face,
I
but
just thought it looked a little shoddy. Like there's a part in that trailer where they take off his like the sack over his head and you could see it's young Harrison Ford, but it looked computerized and I don't know.
yeah, I
Like
think
when I
it's
was
always
watching
going to be tough for that.
yeah. But I don't know, man. You look at some of these video games now, like the faces are starting to look fucking really like crazy good. Like in that
Let me,
Horizon Forbidden West, the facial expressions are like,
yeah.
whoa, that's
Well, and even
crazy.
in like the campaign for Call of
Yeah.
Duty, they look like real movies now in the
Yeah.
cutscenes.
Yeah. I
It's
think it's
ridiculous.
gonna start to get to the point where they can do that a lot more and it'll start looking like, I don't know, there won't be there'd be like a real blur between what's real and what's not.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it looked cool. I was just obviously knew what it was gonna be, like an action fest. But
I don't like the
I don't know.
name.
Sometimes I like action fest.
Dial of Destiny. That's fucking whack. That doesn't even sound cool.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
what would you call it then?
I don't know, but I think like Temple of Doom. Like that's fucking awesome. You
Kingdom
know,
of the Crystal
even that,
Skull,
yeah, that's cool. All the Last Crusade.
Raiders
That's
of the
yeah,
Lost
those are cool.
Ark.
The Dial of Destiny. The fuck?
Oh, alliteration. Very cool.
I don't know. I hope the fans like it, but we'll see.
When's that coming out? Mid next year?
I have no clue.
That's the one thing I'll say about Letterbox is it doesn't tell you the dates that things are coming out.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably gearing up to be a big summer film.
Dial of density. I mean 2023, but that doesn't
I am your
specify.
density. Some other
Anything
trailers.
else?
Did you see the Super Mario Brothers movie?
Uh the trailer?
The trailer?
Yeah, I saw it.
Good kids
Anya
movie,
is
I guess.
Anya. Chris Pratt's Chris Pratt.
It looks really good. It'll fucking look great.
Oh, you mean like
Um,
the way it looks?
yeah, the way it looks. No,
Yeah,
yeah, the way it looks. It
the
looks
way
just
it
like a
looks.
yeah, it looks like a fucking Mario cutscene.
Yeah, the way
Um,
it looks good.
I don't know about Chris Pratt doing that voice, but I understand. You had to cast a big leading man to get people to watch it. So,
Oh yeah, because people aren't gonna go watch a Super Mario Brothers movie without Chris Pratt.
hey, I don't make the decisions, but
Just get the original voice actor.
I agree with that. I mean, it would have worked way better. I don't know if I know a lot of people are into that, and I'm sure kids will like to see that. So
Oh
whatever.
yeah, it's gonna make money.
Yeah. Cocaine Bear.
I was impressed with this trailer.
I didn't know anything about this.
I didn't either.
Elizabeth Banks is directing this.
Yeah,
Very odd. Um, I
quite a
didn't know this was
cast.
like a true thing too.
Is it?
Yeah,
Oh my god.
I think so. Don't quote me on that. Maybe it's not, but yeah,
Maybe
I
it's
think
like
it's like
one of those inspired by
I
true
I
events.
think it's a true story about a bear that ingested a bunch of cocaine. Like, I was laughing my ass off of that trailer though. The fucking bear literally eats an entire brick.
Yeah, it looks ridiculous, like in the best way.
Interesting.
I I thought the trailer was pretty funny.
I
In
didn't
parts I
know
was
Elizabeth Banks was, dabbling in directing shit like that. So,
yeah, definitely different from the stuff that she's done so far.
but the story is indeed based on the true story of a bear who overdosed on cocaine in the 1980s. Interesting.
It just looks ridiculous,
It
like
does.
in a good way.
Uh,
Gary Russell,
ooh,
Ray Liotta, somehow
rest in peace, friend.
the little girl from Florida Project.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
Well, I'll check it out. I'll give it a whirl.
give it a whirl. Yeah, like when I watched the trailer, I was thoroughly entertained, but I can't remember anything that right now that
Yeah.
stuck out to
It
me.
kind of looks like a movie that you'd see on Tubi, but What do I
Yeah.
know? Um,
Sometimes there's good things on old Tubi.
there is. You got to sift through the piles and piles of shit before you get to them. But
Yeah, speaking of, what was that one you watched the other day? They look like people or something?
oh yeah, I watched that yesterday. God, where did I even hear about that? I saw some fucking list or something with people talking about like underrated horror movie. It's not even really a horror movie, but it was on Plex. I think it's on Tubi too or
Mm.
some other ones, but not bad. Interesting premise, not what I thought it was going to be. I think you might like it though.
Yeah, like I don't know, just seeing it, it kind of gave off a Invasion of the Body Snatchers vibe.
That's what they're going for.
Okay.
Um,
I
yeah, it's an
love the 70s one.
yeah, it's an interesting movie. You might enjoy it. I like it.
I put it on my old list. That 80 minutes is just pretty good for
That's
a
what I
movie
like.
of
That's what
this
I was
type. But
looking for.
even sometimes that feels like too long for some of these
That is true. Sometimes they just drag and drag. Um, Final trailer for Avatar 2 that comes out like what by the
this
time you're
week.
hearing this episode. Yeah,
Yeah,
doesn't do
I'm gonna
much
go
for
see
me.
it.
Hope you
Yeah,
enjoy it.
it's yeah, the first one I watched it like when it came out. I don't think I really watched it again until a couple weeks ago or a couple months ago now at this point.
It's
It's
just
just
like
not my it's not my favorite of his
no, I don't know. I saw some graphic like this morning was like it was like
timeline.
you saw that of James Cameron's work, yeah,
I
like
didn't realize he
the big
went so
gap.
long. Yeah, I didn't realize he went so long between movies. Like the beginning is close, and then as his career goes on, it gets wider and wider. But I think part of it is what I heard is they were just waiting for the technology to get there for this movie.
Yeah, uh, I don't know. Doesn't do much for me, but maybe I'll come back around to it.
It
Um,
looks gorgeous.
it does. It'll look nice. It's like made for 4K ultra high definition.
My big hope with all these Avatar movies is that we'll finally get a Titanic 4K.
You would think that's like, well, I was gonna say an anniversary, but no, not yet.
Not yet, no, but God, that's all I want. And
That's all you
he's
want.
probably gonna clean stuff up in the movie too, and
Add some
just
CGI.
yeah, it's gonna be nice, a nice 4K.
Yeah, that needs to happen. But Avatar. It's cool that it's finally coming out. I guess the last trailer I had was the Last of Us series on HBO.
Ooh, looks good.
Which I know we don't talk about TV a lot, but I don't know. I played The Last of Us. I liked it, and I thought the trailer looks pretty authentic to the game experience. So
Yeah, there was like a thread showing off similarities between the trailer and the game, and it looks like they're being pretty authentic.
that's cool. So if you're
You ever
into that,
see Chernobyl?
no, but it's the same guy, isn't it? That
Yeah,
writer. So
yeah,
that's pretty promising. If you're a fan of that, because I know that was critically acclaimed.
yeah. I love Chernobyl, but if you look at the rest of that guy's filmography, it's a little weird.
Well, you never know. So it's like you can either get something really elite or something shitty,
Something not.
something
I'm gonna see if
not.
I can find out what else he did real quick because it was very strange that he came out and did Chernobyl and it was so good.
I gotta
So
admit
he's
though,
the
like, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
go ahead.
I mean, I played through The Last of Us. I mean, I thought it was good, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It didn't blow my mind. Like a lot of people are obsessed with it.
Yeah, I mean it's considered one of the best games ever,
It
so
is.
it
Yeah.
has that reputation. Yeah, so this guy's his writing credits include 1997's Rocket Man with Harlan Williams,
Oh, that's better
uh
than the recent Rocket Man. I'll tell you that.
Scary Movie. Shut up. Scary Movie
Shitty
3,
Elton
Scary
John
Movie
movie.
4, Superhero Movie, The Hangover Part 2, Identity Thief, The Hangover Part 3, The Huntsman, Winter's War, and then
Huntsman.
he did Chernobyl. So weird.
Yeah, that's quite the assortment. I
A
don't know.
lot of shit, and then he figured it out.
Yeah, maybe so. Either he'll continue to figure it out, or he's going back to the shit. But you know what? It looks accurate to the game, so I guess that's really all you can ask for.
Yeah, I think people's biggest gripe is just the casting.
I'm just enough. I just burnt out on like the zombie and the fucking plague and
Vampire and
infection and oh
yeah,
god, it's just
yeah,
overdone.
yeah. I agree. Is that all you
Anyways,
got for
buddy,
trailers?
that's all I got for trailers.
Anyways, buddy.
Unless you got anything you want to talk about.
Well, we talked about some things we've been watching.
Did
I
we? What else have you been
saw.
watching?
Wow, I saw the Fablemans.
How was that?
Really good. Uh, I think the lead actor who plays Steven or Sammy in the movie, I think he's very good, very charismatic. Um, I don't know. I was just into it. It was his most personal movie. Like it feels like a Spielberg movie, but also doesn't, if that
Well,
makes
that's. I mean,
if that makes sense. It's like
I haven't even seen a trailer for that.
really.
Haven't even seen a trailer for it. I've avoided everything about it. The only thing I've seen about it is the letterbox banner with Paul Dano sitting in a movie theater.
Yeah,
That's
like
it.
the very beginning of the movie, they go and see the greatest show on earth, and that's like the movie that inspired him and made him want to make movies.
Is it like a love
And
letter to cinema?
it's more of like a love letter to his family, I guess. Like just
So does it like take place in Arizona?
it does, yeah. So it starts out when they're in Ohio, and then at a certain point, his dad gets a job in Phoenix, and they drive out to Phoenix, and then they
Nice.
go to California. But I, I don't. It was not what I expected, I guess, with the Steven Spielberg movie because he's just like makes these big movies,
I
and
was
this
gonna say it's like when you think Spielberg, you're expecting something grand,
yeah, and
like
this was smaller scale. Like
yeah, this
it's
seems more
really
like a
just about
Linklater movie or something.
a little bit,
Yeah,
yeah. Like it's definitely more personal, more low scale, which I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It was just very different from what you see
sure.
from Spielberg. Obviously, very personal. Like they tried to say semi autobiographical, but it seemed pretty on the nose with his life.
I'm interested. I almost went to the theater to see that the other day, but then I'm like, you know what? Fuck, it's gonna be out in 2 weeks. I'll just watch it, digitally.
Yeah, very curious what you think when you see it, but
I like those high reviews though that I've been seeing. I'll tell you that.
yeah, yeah, good music, John Williams, of course, as you
Oh,
always get,
baby.
and the end is pretty cool, but I'm curious what you'll think of it.
Can't wait to check it out. Anything else? What else you been watching?
Oh shit, what else have I been watching?
I've been watching quite a bit.
Did we talk about Pinocchio?
We didn't. Let's talk
Let's
about
talk.
that because we both
Yeah,
watched it and I think we're pretty much on the same page with it. It's fucking good.
yeah, yeah.
Go ahead.
So just to be specific, we're not talking about the Zemeckis Pinocchio from earlier in the year. We're talking
I
about
love Tom Hanks, but I don't even want to watch that.
me neither. Me neither. We're talking about the Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio.
We're
And that's
talking
literally what
about
it's
the
called.
the war version of Pinocchio. War,
War.
war, war, war.
This is not your childhood Pinocchio. Let's just say that.
This is not Drew Carey's Geppetto.
No, this is Guillermo del Toro, dark fantasy, fairy tale.
Dark. It's dark.
Yeah, it's dark.
For
They're
Pinocchio,
throw
it's dark.
yeah, it is dark. When they start throwing up those Nazi
Yeah.
salutes, it's like,
I never thought I'd see a
okay.
bomb get dropped on Geppetto's son. That's pretty
Oh
interesting.
my god. And that's just in the beginning.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, there's a prologue at the beginning that is just delightful until it's not, and then the stop motion is stunning.
Yeah, it's outstanding. I wasn't really that movie wasn't really on my radar.
Me neither.
I didn't even know that was going to be on Netflix. I just pulled it up the other day and saw that it was on there. I'm like, brand new movie, like Guillermo.
Yeah.
Let's give it a whirl, and it was good,
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. That ending is just rips your heart out.
It does. And you know what I got to say? Like the music was really good too. The songs were good.
The the music was good.
A
Yeah,
lot of
it's
times in
almost
movies like that, the songs just take me out of it. Like I'm like, I don't fucking care about this shit, but the songs were good.
yeah, it's almost like a musical a bit.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Yeah, it was
It
good.
was. Really well done. Gimme Arrow. Always enjoy what he puts out. A lot better than
I
that
would,
fucking Fishman movie.
yeah, I was gonna say I would say he's hit or miss, but he's been mostly hit, I
Mostly hit.
guess.
Yeah, I haven't seen all his
I
stuff.
I think I need to rewatch Shape of Water again because it was very jarring watching that for the first time.
I agree. I would
Like
revisit
it,
that. It's just not what I thought
like
it was going to be.
typically stuff like the fact that she's fucking a fish man is like
Yeah.
something that doesn't bother me, but it just I did not expect it, and
You're
it
so casual about it.
yeah, it just felt very off. But I guess we're watching a fairy tale.
Yeah. I
I
guess you do have to keep in mind, yeah, that it's supposed to be surreal. So I don't know.
yeah, I just Pan's Labyrinth is really good.
I love that movie.
I think that Crimson Peak is good, even though that's kind of a
I haven't seen that.
yeah, I think it's kind of a polarizing movie. Um, I mean, Pacific Rim is what it is. It's
Oh, I forgot he
a,
even did that.
but I don't really care for the Hellboy movies, and I think that's less about him and more about I just don't care about that sort of
Yeah.
character
I
and
guess now
thing.
that
But
you're
he,
listing off some of his movies, I'm like, but he seems like when he does
yeah,
something right, it's done right, you know?
yeah, and then Nightmare Alley is just whatever. Like,
Yeah,
just
I haven't
watch the
seen that
original
either.
one. Just watch the original. He always
Oh,
has a style, and he's good at what he does. It's just I think sometimes the subject matter is what
yeah.
is less appealing, not so much his
I mean,
directing.
that kind of blew me away though for a Pinocchio movie. Wasn't expecting that. So,
I
really
love
well.
dark interpretations of stuff like that.
Yeah. Ewan McGregor. Oh, what an
Oh
actor.
God, Ewan McGregor,
Finn
David
Wolfhard.
Bradley, Christoph
Fucking
Waltz,
Argus
Finn
Filch, baby.
Wolfhard, Argus
Eh,
Filch, Finn
Mrs. Noah's
Wolfhard,
Finn get fucked hard.
Hilda Swanton.
Oh, is he in that?
Yeah, he is. He's the like the creature, the blue creature. Yeah,
Really? You know what
yeah.
movie I loved with that guy? That vampire that vampire movie.
Only lovers left alive.
I thought that was really good. Really unique for a
Yeah,
vampire movie.
I think that's another one I need to try again.
Jim Jarmusch.
I think a really good movie that he's in is Michael Clayton.
Like that. Just referred to as a guy. Honestly,
Tilda Swinton is
the only time I'd
great.
ever looked at him like, oh, I might fuck that guy was watching that vampire movie. There's a couple parts he looked pretty good in there.
Not even when he's younger.
I don't know what's he in when he's younger.
Uh, Life.
I don't know. She's a weird he's weird looking.
You should look at his daughter. She's
Hot.
pretty. Yeah, I mean, she's got the look.
I can only shit, hold on.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do it yourself.
Hold on. Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah,
Not bad.
Tilda Swinton is one of the most interesting looking people there is.
Yeah, he kind of looks like David Bowie.
Yeah, David Bowie. David Bowie looked.
Yeah, the daughter could get it though for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Back
I
to
don't
our
know. I
classic ways of judging women.
Tilda Swinton is. He's always good though. Like I don't know. Like look, that's not. You
No,
can't
yeah,
really see.
there's certain times, don't get me wrong, I wouldn't say no. Don't get me wrong.
Tilda more like Filda.
Yeah, I'd let him bite my neck, whatever. Oh
Yeah.
man,
Wow.
trying to look
Now
at
that we
anything else I watched that I wanted to. Some of the newer stuff. Oh, I watched the new James Gray film, Armageddon Time, with Anthony Hopkins.
yeah, what did you think of that one?
I liked it, but I don't know. Well, I don't want to get. Have you seen that?
No, but it just I watched the trailer and it felt like a lifetime movie to me.
I don't really get that vibe from it, but it ends up like, and I don't want to get political or anything like that, but it ends up, talking it's a lot about race and
Uh-huh. Oh, what? How the struggle of him being white?
No, like his privilege for being a white guy. It's I don't know. I
Oh,
don't really care for all that. But Anthony Hopkins was great, and I thought the kid was pretty good too, but not my favorite from James Gray. I wanted to really like that
yeah.
because I thought it had a lot of potential. And I also watched the this is one I'd like you to watch. Curious about your thoughts. The David Cronenberg film Crimes of Future Past.
Oh, Crimes of Future Past. Yeah, Cronenberg is like
It's
hit or
just
miss.
so outrageous. I mean, not what I thought it was going to be. And I wanted to like it because I like a lot of his stuff, but man, we get some good shots of you know who? Leah.
Kristen? Ooh,
Oh, I mean, not that we haven't seen everything from her anyways, but it's always a pleasure to see those tits.
always a pleasure.
So yeah,
Yeah, I
that
like
was
Cronenberg stuff where it's like normal, like History of
yeah.
Violence or Eastern Promises.
Yeah, this was just so outrageous. Like, I don't know, the premise is uh, they
I don't
replaced
like
the
synthetic stuff.
yeah, like okay, the whole thing of this movie is the act of
What's
traditional sex has been replaced with like they cut each other. And that's like where they get pleasure. It's fucking weird.
so like pain?
Yeah, so like there's a scene of who's it got?
Yeah.
Vigo and her and they're like they're like laying there and they're fucking cutting each other up. It's fucking weird.
Oh God.
I don't know. Not a
I mean
favorite of
it.
mine.
That's kind of like Crash, where Crash is that people get off to car crash victims.
I guess so, yeah. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, that one like threw me for a loop.
Oh, and I did have one I wanted to talk about just because it was so random to me. And I saw you've seen it before. The 1985
Yeah.
film with John Cusack, Better Off Dead.
Oh my
I
God.
just wanted to talk about who plays the fucking geeky virgin neighbor and fucking Dan
Yeah,
Snyder.
Dan Snyder.
I was laughing my
I
ass off.
was
I've never seen him in another movie. I'm like, what the fuck?
I I was at my we were at my uncle's place and he was like, I want to put on this movie for you. I watched a lot growing up. Like, okay, whatever. I was laughing my
It
ass
was
off of
pretty
that.
good. It was pretty good. I
It's
liked it a lot.
ridiculous.
It
It's like
is.
surreal.
Yeah. There were some weird parts of the whole like and then it gets like claymation, like Pee Wee's Playhouse. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I just was laughing
Like
my fucking ass off at Dan Schneider being in there.
it was nothing like I was expecting.
Yeah.
It was totally ridiculous once again in like the best way.
Yeah, just certain things like that. I'm like, oh, I saw he logged it. I better bring it up because it's so outrageous, you know? Fucking strange.
I like that stuff sometimes. Like if it's done right, just
Yeah,
like that surreal, bizarre type of humor,
I thought
like
it
where it
was
just
good.
doesn't connect to what it
Yeah,
is.
and one other that I know you watched and I watched after you watched it, Cha Cha Real Smooth.
Oh,
You liked that movie a lot.
did you not like it?
No,
As
I liked it. I thought it was good.
I
Um,
love that movie.
it just kind of like she was so. I guess that was the point. I guess that was the point of the movie. But Dakota Johnson's character
Confused?
pissed me off in that movie, man. Like, quit fucking around with that guy, you know,
Yeah,
and make up your mind. She
yeah.
looked good though, like real good.
I not that I would like it in real life, but I liked the teasing in it.
Yeah, I mean, I just
Like it was yeah, I mean she's got some shitty qualities. She's obviously not
I've dealt
in a
with
good
women like that.
spot. Yeah, like
Like,
she's not in a good spot in her marriage,
yeah,
and she
but that's
obviously
the
has
thing.
a.
She hadn't even got married to the guy yet,
That's true. That
and
is
then
true.
it's like I don't know. I just wasn't
And that guy
satisfied with
was
the
kind of
conclusion.
a
Yeah,
that that guy was kind of like a ugh,
I just wasn't
maybe stay
satisfied with
away.
the conclusion. Like she just felt like she's dooming, she's set up to doom herself, I don't know.
Yeah,
She looked good though. I didn't really need to see her bleeding all over, but she looked good.
no, but it's like that very personal moment that like will connect
It
people.
is. I liked the film. I
I
think
think
that
he's. I think he was very charismatic.
he was good, and it's impressive that he's making those movies. I mean, his
Yeah.
character was about as beta as you can get, though. I'm sorry. I am not.
What do you
If
think of the daughter?
the daughter, oh, the autistic girl,
Yeah,
she was okay. I was like, why make her like? Are we putting her in there because we have to? Everyone has to be represented in movies. I don't know. Thought she was
I
a
don't
little over the
know.
top with some of her behavior and the way she
Well,
talks, but
that's what it is.
I guess I don't know.
I
She
thought
was
she was
fine.
good.
Yeah,
Like
she
she
was fine.
easily could have been annoying.
Yeah, I wasn't bothered by her. I was just kind of bothered by the character dynamics, really. And like,
Yeah.
dude, if there was some chick like Dakota Johnson who I was like falling in love with and I wanted to fucking bang, no way am I going to watch her kid while her and her husband go out. Get the fuck out of here with that, man. You must be out of your mind.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's not my story, so it was a good movie.
Leslie Mann was good at it for her short bit too.
That's I meant to say that too, because I can't stand her usually. Like pretty
Yeah.
much ever. I never really cared for her, but she was
Yeah.
okay just being a normal character, not fucking
Yeah.
annoying.
Yeah. I just like those smaller moments where they're just talking.
Yeah. Interesting movie. I did enjoy it.
Yeah. I wanna check that one out again.
This
And
is
then there's
like one
other
of
one,
our
Shithouse.
old school, really getting into film discussion, man.
Good shit. I mean, that's just what
Ugh, excuse
I
me.
mean, it is good. We can't really have a real discussion because we didn't watch the movie we said we were gonna watch.
Oh, that's right. Even after like a month break, we still don't watch the that's it. We're never doing fucking first time or what we watched or first time watch ever
I
again.
love the concept, but it's hard to like put yourself in a mood to watch something when you're not in the mood.
Yeah, I already have too many things I want to get to.
Especially during Christmas time. You gotta put in the Christmas stuff and then the year-end stuff.
I don't really have any big Christmas movies left to watch. Okay, Home Alone and It's a Wonderful Life. That's about it.
I haven't watched I haven't watched Home Alone.
Me
I
either.
started It's a Wonderful Life. I didn't finish it because I was tired, but
To me, It's a
I've
Wonderful Life
watched
is more like as we get closer to Christmas, like a few
yeah,
days before.
yeah. God, I just need to start watching that anytime during the year.
I mean, God, it's
It's
so
only really
good.
a Christmas movie at the end.
It's true. That is true. Man, what a great film. Jimmy
Yeah.
Stewart saw his grave. Watched the
I saw it
Philadelphia.
great.
Watched the Philadelphia story yesterday.
Yeah, that one's a little
Not what I thought it was going to be. I mean, it's fine.
no,
I just didn't
too
love
much
it.
talking.
It was just kind of, it was a little boring, but it was
Yeah,
good. I enjoyed
it's
it.
it's definitely one like, oh, look at how good we are at writing
Well, yeah, it's just
dialogue.
I was just not interested in like the socialite. Ew.
I think I probably gave it 4 stars because Jimmy.
Yeah, I was thinking about four, but I don't know. Not that anyone's invested in what I rate movies. Well,
Yeah,
not
except
that I know
me.
of. Somebody secretly shit talks us. They do, just
Oh
like
yeah,
we
of
do.
course,
Just like we make fun of people's ratings, someone's doing that to us.
of course. That's the way it is.
That's the way it is.
Oh, is that it on what you watched?
Oh, I watched a lot of stuff. We could talk about Fellini.
Oh, let's talk about Vagina Fellini.
I bought that
You
Fellini
have
box
to
set.
because I've never watched a
I
Fellini
bought that.
movie.
See, you need to get on that. Bought that Fellini box set like 2 years ago, and I've just now got through the fourth disc. But it's just like every so often when I want to feel like watching one of those, I take out the
Yeah.
next disc.
Don't
And
do what I did where I just like watched Bergman
yeah,
constantly.
so yeah. I mean, it's just kind of when I feel like it, I go to the next one and watch them in order. But I watched La Strada. That's one of
Yeah.
those movies that I know it's like considered a classic, but I'd always seen like the poster and like that artwork of her like looking like a clown. I'm like, I don't want to watch this fucking dumb. Oops. I'm like,
What?
I don't want to watch this shit. It looks stupid. This chick clown in a circus. But it was next on my rotation. Just one of those movies that it's not what you thought it was gonna be. And sometimes I
They
go into those
typically aren't.
yeah, sometimes I go into those old foreign films. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get through this, but it's gonna probably be a little bit of a chore. This is one of those that just, was sucked in right away. Really, really good.
Sucked in and sucked off.
Yeah, just not what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
It's like a story about her, but it's also a story about this guy that she's traveling with, and he's like a traveling sideshow circus guy, and she's like his assistant. It's fucking great, man.
Wow, she gets purchased.
Yeah, it really impacted me like in a way that I didn't think it would. So
You want to become a clown
no, no, I want to buy a woman slave
and make her a clown.
and make her a clown. No, very deep film though. Really, really just well done. Everything I've seen from Fellini so far, I've really enjoyed, but that is really just stuck out. But then, of course, I think of Youth and Revolt when Michael Cera's looking at that movie and the guy goes, "Come with a tampon for your pussy."
Federico Fellini. Let's see. I've never watched a Fellini, which is shocking to me.
Well, you need to get on it.
8.5 for sure. I need to watch.
Oh, the fucking Danny Elfman straight up ripped off the Pee Wee music from that movie.
Really?
Yeah, there's a part towards the I think I sent it to you at one point.
Maybe.
Yeah, we talked about it before, but there's a part like this parade towards the end of 8.5 where it's straight up Pee Wee's Big Adventure, the music. Fucking crazy.
That's awesome. Well, then I'll
Yeah,
recognize it then.
give it a whirl.
Federico Fellini. What a loser.
What a
He
loser.
died when I was born, so like we're pretty much
Damn, you're connected.
yeah, we are connected.
Can I just talk about one more film that I watched?
Yeah, of
Since
course.
this is gonna be like a 3 hour episode, it's over the top. Um, Finally got around to watching this Linklater movie that
Oh
I've
yeah.
never seen, Fast Food Nation.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Is it?
Not bad. You
I
could
saw it had
tell.
Ashley Johnson in it.
Yeah. I didn't know she was the voice. What's her name from? And she's
El-
pretty hot
uh
too. Um,
yeah.
but you could tell it was like right around the time they were starting Boyhood. Very young Eller Coltrane is in it for about 10 seconds.
Really?
Ethan Hawke, Patty Arquette.
Oh my
It's just
god.
not what I thought. I just always avoided that. I thought it was like a documentary or something.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
And it does kind of, play into that whole animal cruelty, and there's some pretty shocking footage towards the end
Oh
that
god.
could maybe make you not want to indulge in a burger anymore. But a lot of people are passionate about that, and I thought it was a good movie. I mean, I'm still gonna eat
Eller
meat.
Eller Coltrane's name in this movie is Jay Anderson.
Jeff Anderson. I mean, I got a steak thawing out right now for tonight, so it didn't affect me that much. But
Marco Perella's in it.
yeah, he's in it too. You could tell it's right around the time they were doing Boyhood, but
That's
it's just
crazy.
it's like it's like showing all the conspiracy of like the food industry and this meat plant and the shit that they're covering up. Like there is a narrative to it. I thought it was pretty good. Like
Avril
way,
Lavigne.
yeah, Avril Lavigne too. I don't know what the fuck was going on in that movie, but
A lot of people
interesting.
in this.
Kind of good. I enjoyed it.
Wow. Might have to peep
Yeah,
that one.
I'd recommend it.
Let's peep this out.
Let's peep this out with Ian K. Okay, I've been
What the
talking too much.
fuck? I have not watched one of those videos in years. I don't know where that came from.
Well, you haven't missed it. The format hasn't changed, so
Some things are just stuck in the old backlog of your brain.
that is true. Well,
Ah!
now that we're 2 hours in,
Quit.
yeah, that's it. No, let's talk. Why don't you segue us into our topic?
Christ. Well, every 10 years, we get the Sight and Sound listings of the greatest movies of all time.
And every 10 years, I totally don't pay attention to it.
Yeah, like I'm not sitting on pins and needles waiting for it, but I was curious to see what they like a couple days before they announced it, what they were gonna put
Right.
in the list, and because this is like the list pretty much, like
I've
critics,
I've heard a lot about this.
filmmakers,
Yeah, I mean, it's
yeah,
very a lot of people pay attention to it.
yeah, critics, filmmakers, they all make their top 10 list of their favorite. I don't know if it's favorite or the ones they think are the best of all time. Uh, Photos and articles are slowly coming out of what people voted for, and yeah, it's just interesting. So I thought we could go through the list and just see what these people think are the best
So
films
I
of all
guess
time.
who was making these executive decisions about what would be on the list, or what is it, a panel of people?
Directors,
Oh, okay.
critics, yeah, like Linklater made a list, Robert Eggers made a
Oh,
list, Paul Schrader
wow.
made a list,
Wow.
Scorsese made a list.
So like, is there big changes from the one 10 years ago, like where things have fallen off?
There are some, yeah.
Okay.
Like, okay, so I first off, I have the list here of the films that fell out of the list. There's some big names in this. First of all, being The Godfather Part Two.
Well,
the
see, this
list.
is already kind of like what the fuck. So this is top 100 movies.
These are the ones that fell out of the list from 2012.
How do you
So
put?
these were all
So there's 100 movies that are better than The Godfather 2.
according to directors and critics, at least the aggregate that they got.
Okay.
Raging Bull fell out. Wild
Mm,
Strawberries from Bergman, Rio Bravo, Nashville from Altman fell out. Chinatown, Magnificent Ambersons, Lawrence of
yeah,
Arabia,
these are big films.
Fanny and Alexander, The Wild Bunch. So a lot of
No,
big films.
I'm telling you, don't tell me though that some of these movies fell out and that fucking Everything Everywhere All at Once is in this list.
That one is not,
Thank
but
God.
but we have at number 98, Get Out.
Oh my, whatever.
I mean, it was critically
It was.
loved.
Did we see? Did I
I
see that with you?
Yeah, we saw it together.
That's right.
But
In
I
the
don't
theater opening
on
night.
yeah, on the lists I was looking at, I didn't see any that had it on the list. So I don't know where it came from. Maybe it's just like maybe that one was directly from critics or something.
Well,
Um
no. Okay.
but just ahead of that at 97, Once Upon a Time in the West, 96, The General from Buster Keaton. 94, we have Yi Yi, which is a film that I love from
Yee
Edward
yee.
Yang. I wish I had like I guess I could pull up the old list and see where things change, but that's just too convoluted. We don't have to get into that. But right ahead of Yi Yi at 93, we have Parasite. So Parasite got into the list.
Look, I I understand. I know people love that movie. I like that movie a lot. But I guess I understand that one being in there. Get Out though. I'm just perplexed by that.
Cultural phenomenon.
Oh, well, it fucking makes white people look stupid, is what you mean.
White people make white people look stupid.
Whatever, we're not getting into it. It's movie talk, baby. I'm Seth, he, him.
I'm Nick.
She, they.
That's it. That's it.
Oh, God.
Moving right along, number 90, we have The Earrings of Mel D, which I think is a film that like Paul Thomas Anderson obsesses over. And I love Paul Thomas Anderson.
It's almost time for a Phantom Thread watch.
Oh God, you're right. I want to watch Licorice Pizza again.
Oh, God. Man. Don't tell Brian that.
That guy has not made a bad film, as opposed to Quentin Tarantino, who made Death Proof. So,
Uh,
so Paul Thomas Anderson is better.
I agree with that.
That's good.
But
I
your
wouldn't have thought that years ago.
but your criticism of Reservoir Dogs is absurd.
Reservoir Dogs is just poopy, as so is Pulp Fiction.
That's the beauty of cinema.
Amateur amateur trash.
Everyone's got their own viewpoint of popular movies.
Yeah, well,
I do prefer PTA though.
let's see. No, Black One, stop it. Number sorry, I got a cat down here.
Oh,
That's
okay.
like I'm not talking to the black person in my house.
I don't know what was going on.
Stop. Number 89, we've got Chungking Express. Pretty solid film, but right ahead of that at 88, The Shining.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I I don't know I'm still kind of confused about how this list comes to be and
I
who's
think they
making
just take the top
it
10 lists of all these
and
people and
then
make like an aggregate
aggregate. Yeah.
of,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
I,
if I was doing 100 greatest films, at least from ones I've seen, yeah, The Shining definitely makes a lot of sense. I think that's the best
yeah,
horror movie ever that
just
I've seen.
comparatively.
The best
Yeah,
horror movie that I've seen. I don't like when people say
there
something.
you
It's the
go.
best film ever. It's the best
Yeah,
film
well,
maybe of everything you've seen.
yeah, you've seen everything. Fuck
Yeah.
you.
Well, it's the best horror
uh,
movie I've seen.
yeah, it's just different, like than anything else.
Ooh, gives me chills just thinking about it.
Ooh, number 85, we have Perrault Le Fou from Jean-Luc Godard. And 84, we have Blue Velvet from David Lynch. I don't get it with this one.
You know something? Just kind of unrelated. I was looking at pictures. You know, The Cure is on tour right now, and it's like some foreign. I don't know where they're at. There's a picture of Robert Smith wearing an Eraserhead shirt on stage. What a asshole!
Wow. All these years, and now you have to quit liking The Cure.
They're gonna rub my Jamie Foxx head.
This is real cinema.
God,
Number 82, Sunset Boulevard. Right ahead of that.
understandable.
Yeah. Right
Maybe the
ahead of
best
that.
first time watch we've had.
Either that or Cinema Paradiso.
Oh, so, take back what I said. Cinema Paradiso.
Either that or Drugstore Cowboy or whatever River's Edge that shitty movie
Oh,
was we watched. The
Enter the
worst.
Void.
Need to watch that again.
Yeah, you do.
Right ahead of Sunset Boulevard, though, we've got Modern Times.
Oh,
I'm about due
God.
for a Chaplin marathon.
You know, so am I. So am I. And that's not even my favorite. Like, I think that's like one of my least favorite of the big time. I mean, it's great, but that shows you how good he is, you know?
I think at a time it was my favorite, and
Yeah.
it's since changed. I
Well,
think at one point it was The Kid, and then now I think it's City Lights. And
I told you I used to listen to that nonsense song to lower my blood pressure when I was taking my blood pressure at home. I get all
oh
panicky, so
God,
I'd put on the Chaplin clips. And that chick in that movie is so hot.
Paulette Goddard
Oh,
or Paulette Goddard. Man, she
love those
is.
1920s honeys.
They don't look like that most of the time.
They don't. You know, she was hairy.
Number 78, another Edward Yang film, A Brighter Summer Day. I would prefer if Yi was ahead of it, but it's still a great film.
Oh, yeah. I'm still not totally on board with Asian cinema yet.
You'll get there, buddy. You'll get there. I was you before,
Maybe someday.
and now I'm a better person
Like, you
because
know, when
of
I
it.
people go, oh, God, a new movie from Bong Joon, whatever his fucking name is. Oh,
Oh,
okay. Interesting, I guess. Maybe I'll watch it.
um, I mean, it's. I can't think of a stupid director that you like.
Definitely more excited when a new Kevin Smith project is coming out, but it's me.
What's the guy that directed Problem Child?
Oh, Dugan.
Mm, it's not Dennis Dugan. Stupid.
Oh, fuck.
Number 77, though, Spirited Away. How's this for Asian cinema?
It's good, but you know, I got to be honest. I know like a lot like that movie a lot. I've seen all the big Miyazaki movies. That's like one of my least favorites. It's really good.
Really?
It's just not my favorite. Yeah. But
It's
when you
funny
say
because
least
it's,
favorite, when you're talking like those movies, least favorite is still
yeah,
really good. You know,
yeah, it's
I
one
mean,
of
I
my
loved it. Yeah.
favorites. It's like, yeah,
I'm more
they're
of
all at the
a
top, but somebody has to be at the bottom.
I'm more of a Howl's Moving Castle guy.
House is good. House is good.
This is the best thing Christian
Uh,
Bale's ever done.
Number 72, though, My Neighbor Totoro. What do you think of My Neighbor Totoro?
Like that one a lot. It's a
Yeah.
little kind of kiddish, but it's good.
Yeah, a little kiddish.
Yeah.
It's got the Fanning brothers, our sisters.
Oh, I was gonna say, did they transition?
You never know. It's got the Fanny
I do
sisters,
like some Fanning Fanny.
Elle and Fanny.
Oh, Elle is fucking fine. Getting her my
Number
neon
70.
semen. What?
Number 70, The Red Shoes, one of Scorsese. I think this is like Scorsese's favorite movie,
Oh, that's
and I
cool,
still have
Marty.
yet to watch it.
Yeah, it looks
Number
boring.
68, Metropolis.
Never seen it.
Oh my
That's one
God.
of those big movies I need to see because I just like the vibes of that. Like I can tell it's gonna be good.
Yeah, it is good. I named my Animal Crossing island after it.
Wow.
I know, and I'm sure some people see Metropolis are like, Superman?
I can
Fuck
guarantee you
you.
that's what most people.
Fuck you.
No, I'm talking about the Fritz Lang version.
The Fritz Lang 1927 silent
Oh
film version,
man, I do.
Metropolis.
I like something though about like 1920s and that kind of industrial, like, I don't know, something looks cool about that.
That's definitely about that. I
Yeah,
mean, there's the scene where people are walking into the factory and then they're walking out,
that's
all
me every day.
sad.
Yep.
Me too. Number 65, we have The Third Man, and then number 64, we have Goodfellas.
Okay. See, now you're saying some good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Goodfellas.
And
60,
then right ahead,
65,
64 Goodfellas.
64.
And then right ahead of Goodfellas at 63 is Casablanca.
Oh, never seen it.
And then right ahead of those two at 62, Moonlight.
Okay. Unfucking believable, but whatever.
But ahead of that at 61, La Dolce Vita, which is a Fellini.
Lily,
Fellini, Seth's favorite director of all
I
time.
love Federico. I want to be a clown.
Moving up to 58, we've got Blade Runner.
Great film.
Should have been 2049.
Fantastic film. Um, way better than Dune. Dune was boring.
Dune was kind of a uh, Dune.
It was like a visual spectacle. It was kind of cool, but you put Timothy in and you're already starting off on a bad foot.
Unless he's sucking cock.
Unless he's being gay in Italy, I don't want to watch him.
What if he was being gay on a desert planet?
I wouldn't be interested.
Not even with Zendaya?
No, she doesn't do much for me either.
Oh, wonder why.
It's not
Moving
because she's
on.
black either.
Whoa. I was gonna say because she's a woman.
Oh, no, I mean just in terms of like how she looks. Like, I mean she's fine, but she just doesn't do much for me.
Moving up, moving up, moving up. Number 56, Sherlock Jr. from Buster Keaton.
Ooh.
55, Battleship Potemkin. And then 54, The Apartment.
Oh, one of your favorites.
One of my favorites, yes. I've done some changes to my top 10, but The Apartment, I love that
I
movie.
really want to take some time. I want to do like one of those top videos like you did, but man, it's just so hard. I don't know how
Just
to.
just in your free time when you're doing something, just screen grab things on your phone from YouTube
No,
of the scenes you want.
I mean it just changes so much. I mean to pick 50 movies.
I know my list is just already different. It's gonna constantly change. It's
Oh,
ridiculous. Moving along, 53, Ali, Fear Eats the Soul, which is like one I've always seen a Criterion, but never actually saw. I thought this was something about ramen, but maybe that's Tampopo I'm thinking
yeah,
of.
I know that one is. Thanks, Criterion.
Thanks, Criterion. Number 50, The 400 Blows.
Great film. Great
Francois
film.
Truffaut. Great film about growing up and childhood.
It is.
Number 47, Barry Lyndon.
Ooh, you know, always thought that movie was going to be boring. And if you're listening, you could be thinking that same thing. Who wants to watch 3 hours of that fucking shit? I'm telling you, that movie is something else.
It is
Truly
something
amazing.
else. Ryan O'Neal may be a scumbag, but he's always super good in his acting roles. Well, maybe not always, but
Oh God. Oh man. Wait, why is
oh,
he a scumbag?
oh, just like the way he's just a douchebag.
Is he? I don't
Like,
really know much about.
yeah, I mean, just the stuff that Tatum O'Neal's come out and said about like they've had a really bad relationship
Oh, I
over the
see.
years,
I
and
didn't know that.
yeah, he's a notorious asshole.
Well, you separate the art from the artist.
Yeah, unless the art is Barry Lyndon, where he's an asshole.
Oh
It's the same
man.
thing.
Fuck you, Lord Bullington.
It
God damn, that movie's so good.
is really good. Lord Bullington.
Fuck.
Let's see. 45, we have North by Northwest.
Mm,
43, Stalker.
okay.
Did you ever watch Stalker?
Never did. Still sitting. I think it's still got the shrink wrap on it. I actually
Tarkovsky's a
started it one
tough.
day. I was just not in the right mindset for it.
Yeah, Tarkovsky's a tough sell.
I'm like, what is this? Too much talking.
I hate when people
I
talk.
got to be awake for this.
Number 41, Bicycle Thieves.
Great film. Great
Yeah,
film.
this is like one of the first Criterions I ever watched. I
Yeah.
need to go back and watch. Let me see. The last time I watched it was July 2016.
It's the original Pee Wee's Big Adventure.
It is, yeah. It is the Italian neorealism.
Man, so good.
Number 40, Rear Window.
Uh,
39.
uh,
It's not my favorite
I'm not,
Hitchcock.
I don't think I'm big on him.
That's I can understand
I love
that.
Psycho, but like some of the other stuff I've seen from him, they're good. They're fine. You know,
North by Northwest doesn't do anything for me.
I wasn't, it's blasphemous probably to even say, but wasn't really I mean, rear window was fine.
Wheel Window.
Vertigo was fucking, I didn't even understand it. Made no sense.
Well, it is
And
a
I got a
lot
high
for your
and I got a high
little
IQ,
brain.
so don't blame me.
A high IQ. Yeah.
Fuck Alfred, just a overrated fat fuck.
I'm gonna put myself in my movies. You
No,
could
I
have
do
just gotten a
like him.
pig to be in your movies.
I love Psycho. I mean, I love Psycho. I like the
Yeah,
birds too.
yeah. I haven't seen like any of those since before Letterboxd.
Wheel window.
Wheel Window. G or fuck. Grace Kelly in that movie though is like, oh, so good. Number 39, Some Like It Hot.
It's good. Good cross-dressing film.
Yeah, good cross-dressing film, good Billy Wilder film,
Oh my god,
Marilyn.
Marilyn looks so good in that movie.
Oh my god. Number
I'd dress
38.
like a chick if she wanted me to.
I dress like a chick to get inside her vagina.
Inside her baby purse.
Oh my god. What the fuck?
Oh.
Ew. It's always a new one with you.
Uh,
Thick.
oh. No clothes on anyone. Sickening.
Number 38, Breathless.
Jean-Luc.
Jean-Luc Godard.
You know something? I watched that movie once and I wasn't really thrilled with it. And then I watched it again
Hmm.
and I liked it a lot. So
Yeah,
it is
I
good.
only watched it one time, once again, like 6 years ago, but I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it is good.
Talk about another one I haven't watched in a long time, but I really liked. Number 37, M.
I've only seen that once. That was, I believe, for this podcast.
First
First
time
time watch.
watch.
Yep. And
Once again, 2016. I really need to catch up on some
yep.
stuff again.
I've since bought the Criterion, but I've never watched the Criterion.
Yeah, that was a good one. Number 36, Shitty Lights.
Ooh,
Mhm. Oh my
God,
god.
dude. I think if you're someone out there, it's like, I've heard about Charlie Chaplin. I'm not really into that silent stuff because that was me at one point. Okay. That was me. Start with City Lights. If you're going to watch any one of his movies, watch City Lights.
Yeah,
It's short.
watch.
It's great.
They're all pretty short unless you once you start getting to the limelight ones, they
Yeah.
get a little
I
longer.
mean, City Lights is a perfect movie.
That
Perfect.
ending.
Oh my God.
Oh my god. Okay, speaking of moving up to 33, Psycho.
Well deserved.
Yeah,
There's few
I mean
things more
it's
jarring than the first time you see Norman Bates pop out of that doorway wearing his mom's shit. It's very
yeah,
unsettling.
where your main character dies halfway through.
Guy looks like, well, Andrew Garfield looks a lot like that guy.
Oh yeah, he could play Anthony Perkins in a
Definitely.
biopic
Like
about his life.
yeah, they're very similar looking.
Number 32, Eight and a Half.
Federico.
Oh my
Pretty good.
god, the number one review on Letterboxd is somebody that gave it a half star and said found the other half.
Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh.
Like, is that supposed to mean that you don't think it's a half star, but you just gave it a half to
Yeah,
make it a whole?
I don't know. I don't even fucking read shit on there. Infuriating.
What an annoying loser. Number 31, Mirror from
Tarkovsky.
Tarkovsky. This one
I bought that
was
Criterion in the last round, and it is sitting in its shrink wrap.
me too. I was so excited to go back and watch it, even though it makes no sense.
Nothing makes sense.
You know what? Here's something else that may not make sense to you. Number 30, moving all the way up to number 30 in its first year, A Portrait of a
Clerks.
Lady on Fire. What?
Oh,
Clerks 3.
because they're lesbians.
I think it's a really good
I'm
movie.
sure it is. I've never seen it. Like, where's
Yeah.
blue's the warmest color though? That's the true lesbian experience.
Yeah. Had too much heat on it at the time. People loved it though.
I do want to see that movie.
Yeah, Portrait is really good.
I have to be in the mood for like lesbian
Jacking
period.
off.
Yeah, well, like what time frame does that take place in?
Oh, 18th century.
So, yeah, I have to be in the mood for an 18th century lesbian film. Can't say I'm always in that mood.
I could always watch a 21st century lesbian film.
Yeah, if it's 21st century, sure.
If they're like perfected the art of munching, fine.
Yes, perfected.
But in the 18th century, when they didn't know about it yet, can't
Yeah,
do it.
not yet.
But right above it at 29, Taxi Driver. God,
Fan fucking tastic.
I want to be Travis Bickle.
Truly captures the seedy scum shit 70s New York
Yeah,
perfectly.
it's almost like a documentary
Yeah.
sometimes.
And not that I was ever there to experience it during that time, but if I were to picture it in my head, that's exactly how it would be.
Da-na,
Oh, man.
na-na.
And Sybil Shepherd, my God.
My word.
My word.
Just a fantastic pussy.
Something like that. Definitely.
Jodie Foster won an Oscar for this performance, I think.
She was riveting as a child prostitute.
Did she win for this? Am I thinking that right?
That's one of those movies the
Oh, she got nominated.
first time you watch it, it's very jarring. That like the last 10 minutes, it's like, whoa.
Yeah, it like gets pretty gross as far as like the violence
Oh, yeah, it
goes.
does. It like comes out of nowhere too. Yeah. Ugh.
Ugh.
Travis
Like pretty.
Bickle is one of the great unhinged characters in cinema.
I just. I mean, that's got to be where Tarantino got that sleeve gun from in Django.
Oh yeah. Fucking great.
Man, realistic deaths, real cool.
Love it.
Number 27, Showa. Thoughts on the Holocaust? Do you think it happened?
I've never seen that movie. I know you got a hard on for the Nazis. Isn't the whole shtick of that is it's no archival footage, it's just people talking.
Yeah, it's
So
like just
you don't see anything.
no. I mean, if I recall, they do go back to the sites
I mean,
afterwards.
it's kind of interesting. I could see myself just like, listening, it's like someone telling you a story. You just sit there and listen
Yeah,
to it.
pretty much. They talk to survivors, ex-Nazis, witnesses. Like there's
Hmm.
a story of this guy watching as they're being taken off into trains, just like laughing about it.
Probably pretty disturbing.
Yeah, as you'd expect. Number 26, The Night of the Hunter.
It was really good. I've only seen it once. Got the
Yeah.
Criterion.
Number 24, Do the Right Thing.
Never seen it. Don't really care for Spike Lee.
I prefer Spike Jones.
So do I.
Number 23, Playtime from Jacques Tati, which I really want to check out because it's like that surreal humor stuff, like
Yeah, I've never seen that. I don't know much
the
about that.
almost like Jacques Clouseau stuff,
Okay.
like Pink Panther humor.
Kind of interested in that. You're doing a good job just
Number
hitting the kind of the bullet points in this list.
Yeah, like I could tell you that number 25 is Hasard Balthazar, but
Yeah, who cares?
like I want to see it, but I haven't. Um, Number 21, The Passion of Joan of Arc, Carl Theodor Dreyer. That was a good one the first time I
Well,
watched
I
it.
prefer The Passion of the Christ, directed by Daddy.
I've got nothing for that joke.
Directed by Daddy.
Number 20, we've got Seven Samurai.
One of the first Criterions I bought, and one of the few that remains unopened.
This is like one of the very few films that delves into 2015 territory. I think I started doing Letterbox like end of 2015.
So, have you logged it?
Yeah, I gave it a
Okay.
3.5 because I didn't love it.
Oh, so see another thing. I don't. I got to wake up and be in the mood for that. I mean,
I
that's
know, but it's also one I like to start early with a cup of coffee, and
yes,
so I have all day afterwards.
yeah. Those are early morning movies for sure.
Number 19, Apocalypse Now.
Ooh, fucking love it.
Fantastic.
Fucking love it. Marlon Brando. My God, for a guy that was like such a piece of shit and showed up unprepared and out of shape and didn't know what he was doing. I mean, holy fuck. Still
He did it.
gave an incredible, chilling performance.
He did it. I is very like specific and hard to explain thing, but movies where there's like this long journey to get somewhere,
Get somewhere. Yep.
like Apocalypse Now, like Ad Astra,
Yeah.
like I guess Django
Contact.
Unchained. Is
Contact.
Contact like that?
Yeah, she's trying to get to Vega.
Yeah, and I just like you get to the place of this person you've been hearing about this whole time, and you're finally there,
I
and
agree. Like when you first watch Apocalypse Now and they kind of emerge in that like fortress, which is what it basically is, it's like, what the fuck? I mean,
yeah, it's
whew,
just a shot of all the villagers,
yeah,
and
you're
like
like, what? Yeah,
he's here somewhere, but where is he?
he's there and he's unhinged.
Oh God, so good. Number 18, Persona 5.
Oi, oi.
Persona, I think we did that as a first time watch as
We
well.
did, and that was kind of before, I didn't get it at the time. I don't know if I would now.
Yeah, I feel like I would. Feel like I would get it now.
I'd appreciate it more now.
Yeah, 83 minutes. Like that's
Right up my alley.
easy stuff. I didn't go back and watch though when I was getting through the Bergman box set,
I
so
was gonna
I
say,
think
wasn't that in there? You just skipped over it.
yeah, I skipped over all the ones I had seen, like Persona, Fanny and Alexander, stuff that I had already
Right.
watched. Number seven, another first time watch, number 17, Close Up. Did not get it.
Oh, I think I didn't watch that. I didn't watch that one. That's the same guy that did
Honest,
Taste of
yeah,
Cherry, though, isn't it?
Kiristami.
Okay, and Taste of Cherry is great.
It sounds cool, but I don't know. I just didn't get it.
Yeah, I've
Fiction
heard a lot of good
documentary
things about that.
hybrid. I got to go back and try it because honestly, like full disclosure, I don't even know if I finished it.
Well, that's just not fair then.
I know.
I've got a couple of
It's,
his movies on my watch list.
yeah, he's got that trilogy that I want to check out. One of them is called something about a friend. I can't remember off the top of
Yeah,
my
Where's
head.
My Friend's House?
Yeah,
Or yeah, where is the friend's house?
yeah, it sounds interesting.
Taste of
Just
Cherry
haven't.
was awesome though. Like really, it's one of those that like when it ends, you're like it's almost kind of like what the fuck? You have to think about it.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Pretty
cool.
good.
15, The Searchers, really good. John Ford.
Hmm.
Um, Number 12 is The Godfather.
Okay, little high up.
You mean like low?
Well, I mean, it should be lower on the list, like creeping more towards one.
It should be higher on the list.
It should be higher on the list. Whatever, you know what I mean.
I know what you're saying. It's
Okay.
confusing, but yeah, I know what you're saying.
Okay, 12. It's one of the all-time greats.
Yeah.
Um, a movie that everyone needs to watch. Um, that's the shot at the end when they close the door and Michael's standing in there and they shut the door and you just know. I mean, it's like,
Like he's in the life now.
oh fuck, man,
He's in
so
it.
good, so good,
He's
man.
number 11. Sunrise. I love this movie.
The Nick D
Silent
film?
film. Sunrise, a song of two humans.
Wow. I can't. Nick D, you did it, man. I can't believe we accomplished that.
Number 11.
God.
You did it. So
It was
proud
that
of
guy
you,
that played
buddy.
Cyrus that really brought it to the top.
What was my character's name? I can't
I don't even know.
remember.
I don't even know. Oh shit.
Fantastic silent film. A married farmer falls under the spell of a slatternly woman from the city who tries to convince him to drown his wife.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it is good. He has an epiphany, an epiphany.
An epiphany.
Number 10. I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain.
Man.
What a glorious feeling that this is in the top 10 of all time.
You know, a few years ago I would have made fun of that, but it is fantastic.
It's about as
Really,
good as it gets when it comes
really,
to
really good.
Every song is good.
Did you know Gene Kelly had a fever when he filmed that scene?
Wow, that is so cool. Did you know that Jenna Ortega had COVID when she did her dancing in Wednesday?
I'm glad you brought that up because I am so fucking sick of hearing about that show. Let me tell you. God. I meant to
It's
bring that
fucked up.
up. She's hot, but
Yeah. I
I'd be like,
agree.
since when is Wednesday like a hot, like Wednesday's a kid? I don't get it. And now
Yeah,
everyone's a
and like
big fan of the Addams Family.
hey, cool, I guess. I mean, whatever.
I like Tim Burton, but I don't really want to watch that show.
I was waiting for the butt, what the butt
I
was.
love Edward Scissorhands. I just revisited that.
Ooh,
That
haven't
should
seen
be
that in a
number
while
7 on the
either.
list.
Well, we're at number 9. So.
Okay.
Number 9 is Man with a Movie Camera from 1929.
Did you know
I'm just
Jenna
gonna name the
Ortega had
rest of them
COVID when
since
she did her dancing? No, I didn't. I'm surprised I didn't fucking hear about that.
oh my god. Oh, this one's gonna really get you going. Number 8, top 10
Try 8.
best top 10 best movies of all time. Take a guess.
Mm, probably something. The Dark Knight.
No, no.
I don't know.
Mulholland Drive.
I was gonna say something David Lynch. Fuck, get the fuck out of here, man.
I do like this movie a lot, but top 10 of all time?
The movie
Interesting.
makes no sense. It makes no sense. And if you say you
I mean,
understand it, you're lying.
it's kind of like it's kind of like Persona.
if you
Like,
say
are
you
they
under,
the same person?
if you say you understand Mulholland Drive, you're lying. If you say you understand whatever what the Eraserhead, you're fucking full of shit. You know,
Eraserhead is
it's stupid.
ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Number 7, Beau Travail from Claire Denis.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh my god. I wouldn't have talked about this list if that was in the top
And your
100.
criticism of that film is dumb too, by the way.
God, that is one of that movie sucks. More dick than Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
What's going on?
What's the lyric?
I hate that. It is
Oh,
so fucking stupid.
great
We're gonna
film.
show you how we came up with "We Will Walk You."
Great movie.
God,
I
at
like
least
it a lot.
Rocket Man like makes it into a musical and they
Cocket
dance
Man.
and they do things. One thing, the only good thing about Bohemian Rhapsody is the Live Aid performance.
Fair enough, because that is great.
Whether you're gay. Shut up!
When you start breaking it down like that, it makes you not like the movie. So
It's bad. I'm gonna send you a video. It's this guy that breaks down some of the editing of it because that movie won best editing. It'll change your whole opinion on the
I've seen it
thing.
twice. I liked it a lot.
Cool.
Oh shit.
Number 6.
Weird. The Al Yankovic story.
Close. 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Deserving.
Close. The fat the fat music video.
Yeah. What a cinematic achievement. Um 2001, way ahead of its time. Said it many times before. Feels like it came out in the 90s. When you really think about it, the fact that that movie's from the 60s, it's incredible.
Yeah,
Incredible.
it's timeless.
Stanley Kubrick is daddy.
Number 5, Wong Kar-wai's In the Mood for Love.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was pretty good when I watched it.
Never seen it. Was that part of that box set?
It is, yeah. And they also just released a 4K version of it.
Oh, okay. See, fucking Criterion's doing that shit now, man. They're re-releasing everything.
Yep.
I'm not rebuying them all. I'm telling you.
Yep.
Just I'm not doing it.
Number 4, Yasuhiro Osu's Tokyo Story. This is one that I watched in my Asian film video, and it's great.
Good. I'm glad you could talk about it because I sure can't.
Well, sorry that Bucky Larson isn't in the top list.
It should be. It really should be.
Sorry, Weird isn't in the top list.
Harold and Kumar go to White Castle in here.
I think it might be on like the honorable mentions.
Oh, okay. Guess that's fair enough.
Tokyo Story is good though. It's about aging parents, and that's what's happening to everybody these days.
That's sad.
Yeah, it
Fuck.
is. Number
God, I was
3.
with my mom the other day. I just went to like the grocery store with her. I don't even know. We were just out running around on one of my days off. She's like, I don't know. She did something for me. She's like, someday I'm not going to be around to do. I'm like, can you not? Can we
Can
not
you
have
shut
that?
up?
That's what I said. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't want to have that discussion.
God.
Anyways,
I couldn't even talk about that in her
uh,
scenario.
that's
Just
what
be like, I won't be
yeah,
around.
that's what I
What?
said. I'm like, I'm going to choke up if you keep going. Just stop.
God, sickening. No clothes on anybody.
No close on anyone. It's sickening.
Number 3, Citizen Kane.
I'd love to be able to watch the 4K, but the disc doesn't work. So thanks, Criterion.
Thanks, Criterion.
Seen it once. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was great. Yeah, I
It's
actually saw it because you sent me the digibook for fantasy football.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is now out of print. You still have it?
I think I got rid of that.
I kept it just in case.
Fuck.
I think
sold
with
that.
the 4K, I think it's kind of gone down in price.
Yeah, I think I
So
traded that in when
you're
I got
fine.
the 4K.
You're fine.
But I
I
should,
watched it like
that was given to me as a gift. I should have kept it. I didn't even.
Yeah, well, it doesn't surprise me you would do that.
Sorry, that's rude.
I watched it like twice in quick succession because I watched it and then I watched it with the commentary.
Wow, that's like me and
Yeah.
Clerks III.
Yeah. Is there commentary on there?
Anything's better than New Jersey.
God, it's so good. Cross the telephone
Oh
lines.
my god.
Anything's better than New Jersey.
You've always been my hero, Dante. Oh shit. Okay.
I'm your hero.
Oh
Me?
and I quit. It's your fucking friend. Oh,
I thought that was pretty good, but he's definitely doing the I quit as your fucking friend.
Oh my god, let me guess. You almost died. Fact. Okay. Anyways, we got two movies left.
Yeah, number 2, Clerks 3. So, man, the 2022 release, Clerks 3, just it deserves to be number 2.
Truly tackles mortality and life.
Oh, wait. Okay. What's this? Oh, sorry, it was Vertigo, number 2.
Oh my.
I used to be number 1, I'm pretty sure.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I used to be number 1.
Only thing I like about that movie is that steelbook you have where he kind of looks like a genie on the front. That's cool.
Yeah, it just sits on my shelf because I can't do anything with it.
Oh, is it Region?
Yeah. I've got that 4K set though, so
don't agree with that being 2, but I know it's a loved film.
I'm gonna tell you this, that when they announced this list, we were at lunch and I watched it with guys that obviously know nothing about movies. And when this number one popped up and I tried to explain this movie to them, it just did not make sense.
Let
And
me.
I was shocked. Like I literally sat there when this popped up as number one, like,
I haven't looked at
what
this
the
list.
fuck?
Was this a surprise to you?
Yeah, like I cannot believe it. It's a surprise to a lot of people
Is it old?
because yeah, it's
I
from 75. It's
I don't know. What is it?
it's Jean Dielman, 23, Croix du Comer, 1080 Bruxelles.
What?
3.5 hour movie about the lady doing chores.
That was voted as their number one.
Number
It's the,
one movie.
this list sucks. Okay, I understand it's a big talking point. I didn't even know they did it like an announcement thing, like you were watching it as they announced it.
No, it was just a
Oh,
video they put out, like a
okay.
countdown.
Uh,
Yeah, but I hadn't seen which one it was, so when I saw the countdown, I was like, number one.
that's the number one movie. I don't even. I mean, that's crazy. I thought it
Like,
was going to be something we could talk about, like
I watched this movie. I don't have the Criterion anymore. I'll so that
oh, this
tells
is that
you.
Criterion. Okay, I know what this one is. Okay,
Yeah, the one where she's just like she does. So I guess it's supposed to speak on the mundanity of life, and then
okay,
what happens when you change, like
okay.
you change your routine. So it came out in 75, whatever. So she's like, she turns tricks. She has men come over but she does daily chores. And then eventually she's like, I'm tired of this. And she ends up murdering one of the guys.
Sounds
Like
interesting.
it sounds cool on paper, but the process of getting there.
It's the number one best movie according to this
Yeah.
list. I mean, look, 100 films. There's going to be stuff missing. I get that, and anytime you're doing a list like this, nobody will ever totally agree. I mean, it's just not possible.
Yeah.
But it seems like there was some omissions. I mean, not putting The Godfather Part Two in this list is obscene.
Yeah.
And
I think
whereas
it's
like,
arguably the better movie.
how about like John Carpenter's Halloween? I think that should be in there. 100 best films ever made. Change the horror genre.
Don't worry, you'll get your 100 best horror
I mean,
films.
that's crazy to me. There's a lot of other stuff too, but like,
Oh, for
where's this?
sure.
Is there any Spielberg films on here?
No.
Come on, like
Yeah.
Schindler's List. Come on,
It's definitely a lot of the artsy stuff.
it is. Yeah, that was my main point. Though. No Spielberg. I mean,
Yeah.
literally, you think you'd get one Spielberg? It's an
No
interesting discussion, though.
Spielberg. Couple Scorsese's, some
Some
Kubricks.
Kubrick, so that's good at least. No
Yeah,
Pee Wee's
but
Big Adventure.
no Tim Burton.
No Boyhood. No Linklater.
Yeah. Like not even a before movie.
I know we made the joke several times during this episode, but you could make an argument that the first Clerk should be in there.
What's the argument?
Changed independent cinema. Okay,
Yeah,
maybe
so
not the
it's
best 100 films ever. Okay, whatever.
yeah, Slacker did that too.
True. That was his
I'm kind
inspiration
of
for
surprised
Clerks.
Slacker isn't in there. That seems
Yeah,
like a type of movie that people would be like,
it's an interesting list. I honestly didn't even know much about Sight and Sound or whatever it is until you brought it up, and we decided to do this. But it's good discussion. I know a lot of people have a lot of opinions on it, so kind of interesting. And they do
yeah,
this every year,
every 10 years.
every 10 years.
So that's
Okay.
why it was a big deal, is
Oh,
because
I
they haven't
see.
updated it since 2012.
It's interesting. Well, I
Yeah.
don't agree with a lot of it, but the beauty
It
of
also
cinema
shows,
is it's
yeah,
subjective.
yeah. And it also shows how times and opinions change
Yes.
over those 10 years.
So, very fulfilling episode. Talked about a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Trying to kind of get back into more of like hitting some trailers again, hitting some news, talking about what we watched. You know, um, it's good to have a topic. Sometimes we get on here and we don't have a topic, and I think it works a lot better if we at least have something to, you know,
Yeah.
kind of make the main feature of the show. So let us know what you think of the what is it? Sights and Sounds?
Sight and Sounds,
Sight
greatest
and
films of all
Sounds list.
time.
greatest films of all time. Leave some comments. Hey, so the Cinema Scumbags podcast is available wherever you get the podcast. You can get it on Spotify, Apple, Google, I don't know, wherever there's a podcast service, you can find us there. So use your preferred platform. We really appreciate it. We are on YouTube, Slacker Media over on YouTube. A lot of good stuff there. Anything else, Nick?
No, that's it.
Very good episode. Let's see, what is today when we're doing this? I'm guessing yes. So if we do this week, we probably won't talk to you until the holiday season passes. So Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. Be sure to watch Pee-wee's Playhouse Christmas special to get the vibes for the holiday season because they are immaculate. Have a good holiday season. Thanks for sticking with us for another year. Episode one. What's the number of this?
75.
175. Is that right?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Episode 175 in the books. Thank you guys for listening. And as always, go fuck yourselves.